Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of The Last Faith. The last time we left off we were right in front of a boss fight that, in my opinion, probably has a little bit too much health for me right now. So at the very least what I want to do is just go and, you know, try to get enough currency built up to level up possibly. So, or not level up, but upgrade my weapon. So, what I'm going to do is go to that green area up there, which does have enemies that I feel are also a little bit outside of my level right now, but it'll be a good opportunity for me to get some currency and also just explore a new area. So, we'll see how it goes. This was obviously not working. It is unfortunate because I do like the big, like, upfront amount of damage this does, but it didn't really help that much against that boss, now did it? Like, seems like magic might possibly be a little weak, and probably the reason that it is because you can just get the things that restore your focus pretty consistently. So if I wanted to, and I wanted to lean into it really hard, I could just go into that fight and just use magic mostly. If I just wanted to spam the hemolymph things. So that is certainly something to think about. After my damage upgrade, I do feel like these are a little bit more doable. Did they still take a lot of damage? Absolutely, but it feels more doable. There we go. Okay, so yeah, let's just see how far we can make it in here. Two of them at once. No, really? Oh, I can't even go this way? I can't even go this way. Uh-oh. Well, I have some currency. But, yeah. Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and... There we are. Oh, hey, I've never done that execution before. Would you look at that? Oh, did I just get favor back for that? Is that what that does? Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think I can make that jump. And I think dropping in there is death. Or at least I'm going to assume so. Because it leads down into a pit. So I'm going to assume that doesn't drop anywhere interesting. And it will actually just be death for me. I think I'm supposed to be making that jump. So... Alright, upgrade our weapon and just continue fighting the boss is the plan, I guess, because I don't really see anywhere else to go. Honestly, like, we need the grapple or some sort of double jump to really do anything else anywhere, or the key to this place. Alrighty, we are here and we are going to level up our Night Tides route. And see how things go with that. I do have a few other plans I could try. One thing is, if there are damage resistance types in these games, then maybe using like a strength weapon would be better for the crush damage, since it's like, you know, bones a skeleton basically. The other thing I could try to use is different magic types, because being undead, there's a very high chance it could be weak to fire, potentially. Like I said, I don't know if there's weaknesses per se, but that could possibly work. Maybe. So, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I'm gonna go ahead and swap this over to Old Ashes, I think. Cause yeah, that just seems better. Unfortunately, we don't have a charm to increase our fire damage. That would be quite nice, but... no such thing, so let's go ahead and get in here, I suppose. and give this another shot. We'll see how much extra damage we do. I mean, that is certainly better. That is certainly better. Ow. We'll give it a good college try here. I mean, we are definitely outputting much more damage now, so that's needed. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is this thing, which we gotta jump and roll over. Yeah, definitely feeling, ow, a lot better about it now. Okay, that's that one. So jump. Gotcha. Still gonna be kind of a pain, I think. But, at least we're putting out good damage now. Uh-huh. 177. That was like, okay. It was not amazing, but, you know, it's what we got. The main thing is just to not take a bunch of damage. Hopefully, like I said, this better weapon sorts me out here. Uh-huh. Ow. I tried to get one out. We don't have many of those is the problem. There we go. So we gotta kinda budget with that. Okay, that's one of those. Uh-huh. Yeah, we almost have you at half health, so that's just the jump. Good. Get out of there. Ow. Damn it. You fell a little bit faster than I thought you would. Okay, that was annoying. Okay. Yeah, we just got comboed to death there. It's hard to start to get your heals off in this game when you do get pretty low. But, alright. I unfortunately think I lost my other Nightcrux that was in there, or I think I lost that way earlier. But, yeah, we just got comboed pretty badly there. And unfortunately, this stupid shit does, like, DOT. So, sometimes I feel like I'm, like, way far away from the thing, but I still get hit by its hitbox when it does that little, drop there. It's very, very annoying. But we should be good. Like, I always feel like I have to get way further away than I would think to adequately dodge the fall. Because I can't quite tell where the hitbox is. Yeah. Make all your noise. This is the pretty easy to dodge one. The main thing is just like watching your HP and not letting yourself get overwhelmed. Like, stop jumping, you dumbass. God. You jump so much. I get it, you like jumping. You're like a dragon bat thing. I think you're supposed to be a dragon skelly, possibly. Or, you know what, since they've been leaning into the bat motif so much with a lot of the cold ones, it probably is more bat. So, you know, just die for me. That you would make my day. Uh-huh. It's gonna get even worse once you get to that second phase, because then it's way, way easier for you to overwhelm me. But like I said, if there are damage types, that's probably the issue we're running into here. Is just the whip isn't good against this type of enemy. And I'm effectively, you know, beating it to death with the totally wrong thing. But we'll see. At least a lot of this isn't so bad. If I die again, we'll obviously start cutting out stuff. None of that, please. Ow. Right when I was like, I'm gonna press this, was when you decided to attack me there. I was like, I'm going to press a button, and then you were like, bam. we had the same idea at the exact same time. I think this is where you're changing. Yep. Alright, here's our phase change. I'm gonna get my extra cheeky damage in here, I don't care. Ow. Okay, but maybe we should be a little bit careful. God damn it, really? The last fucking one. Ugh, alright. It is just a long fight. And it's weird because the difficulty feels way different. Not that it's like the attacks you're using or anything are overly difficult. Those are fine. It's just that it's so long. Which, like I said, that's what makes me feel like I'm just using the incorrect weapon here. Because the fight is so long. Like, I'm gonna try this. Just to see if maybe it'll make a difference in my damage, because yeah, it's just long. It just feels like you have too much HP. It's really it. Because yeah, if I screw up and die, that makes sense to me. No, that's not really making a difference either. I think you just have that much HP. I think that's it. I think that's all. Alright, well, I guess I'm stuck with this weapon for this fight. I mean, it's a little bit better, but that's obviously just because this weapon does more damage per hit. You can attack it while you're falling. It does severely reduce damage, but you could do it. Which is hilarious. Alright. I'm actually making it further with this weapon than I was the other one. And I think part of that is because, this one has a higher crit chance? Like, significantly higher. So, that is interesting. Maybe strength weapons were the way to go. Magic just doesn't seem super great, if I'm going to be quite honest. It seems a little weak. I hate when you do that. There's times where, like, you bait like you're gonna fall one way, and then the rubble will just randomly swap a different direction. Like, it'll be like, the rubble will start to fall, and then it'll have a big chunk of rubble start to fall a completely other direction. So, that's weird every time it happens. I need to use... Because see, when that big chunk of rubble falls, that usually means, hey, this is the real one here. This is where you're actually falling. Ow. Yeah, oh my god, I hate that shit. What was this? Okay, that was... It just stops at a point. Gotcha. Uh-huh. No. It's this again? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. It's not... None of the attacks are, like, crazy overly difficult. Definitely not even close to the hardest thing I've done in one of these games, but it is long. Which is weird. That's the main thing. This was definitely good. Like I said, I think that increased crit chance and increased crit damage really helps. Maybe I'll try the Skull Cleaver. The only problem with this is it doesn't have nearly as much range. But I don't know. So we'll hop back in, we'll give that another shot. But yeah, weird boss, because it really does just feel strangely tanky. Like, maybe magic and stuff was just not where I should have put my points. Possibly. Maybe magic kind of sucks in this game. Ah. That was one of those bait attacks that I was talking about. You, like, act like you're going one direction. That, too. The rubble started falling to the right, but then you dropped to the left. It does, like, a follow-up after. That one's tricky. I keep getting screwed up by that one, and then you kind of combo me a little bit when it happens. Because, yeah, when, like, the extra bit of rubble falls, that's where you're actually landing. So, and yeah, I obviously went back to the whip. But, yeah, obviously, I would like to be using my magic more since I'm leaning into it so much, but you are limited by your focus meter. At least a little bit, so... It's, ugh. I would have lived last time if I hadn't ran out of heals. That was my main problem because, I got tripped up by a few attacks. But here's hoping we can pull it off this time. Ugh. Damn it. I keep dying during that phase. Because, I always panic because I take one hit. And then, I panic because I take one hit and then I roll, and then I always roll into the other one because my roll is like the perfect distance to just land me right in front of another one. I need to stop rolling at that part. But we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Slowly but surely. I mean, I guess if this is one of like the big bad 4 bosses in the game, it would make sense that they're like much more difficult. But that's the thing. It's not that like you have a crazy moveset or anything like that. You're a pretty generic boss. It's just an endurance test. Like, can you last out their health bar, basically? So, it's a lot, but we're doing it. They do have some tricky attacks, like when they fall where you don't expect them to and stuff, but all in all, it's just really not that bad a lot of the time. This is like the easiest thing. It just effectively wastes my time. Because it's very, very easy to dodge. It sucks that they don't let you do real damage during this phase. That's always a pet peeve of mine in a fight like this in any game. Is like, if there's a cool opportunity for me to get some damage in there, let me do it. It's cool. It's cool when it happens, and it makes me feel cool. Alright, so... Now we're back to the second phase here, where I just get eaten up by these stupid little shards of shrapnel that you shoot out. I hate them, but I think the thing to do is going to be, like, dodge into you while you're... Well, I have to not get hit by your legs when you do that, but dodging into you so I just don't get hit by that seems good. And this is just a worse version of that previous phase there. Heal. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly just much of the same, a lot of these. You just have less of a window to get damage in, especially because of that stupid rock that just flies out. Okay, just don't get hit by this. That's the main thing. Because these things do a lot of damage. Okay. It is a good opportunity to get a lot of damage in myself as well. Luckily they don't... Ow. Yeah, you adjusted on me there. Okay. We just hide in the corner, basically. Yeah, as long as you hide in the corner, you're good. Alright. I think we may have it. Like, that is the worst. I hate that stupid little shard so much. It just comes out. It knows what it's doing. It's there just to trip me up. Because I've learned from the first phase to do that. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think I got you, Edwyn. Unless you catch me off guard and, like, combo me to death. I think I've got you. That attack's a little bit weird because you have to do something kind of odd. You kind of have to bait the one projectile to come one direction and then kind of trick it. Basically. Okay, now we get over here. This is also my opportunity to heal. I could get a bunch of damage in there, but I'm not risking it. I don't think I do a lot of damage anyway. But yeah, you kind of have to bait that one to fly up. And then you go down. Oh god. Okay, there you are. Come on, Edwyn. Let's go ahead and put you to bed, honey. Alright? It's time for a little bit of nappy. Everybody loves a good nappy, you know? Okay, that time I jumped over it. Yeah, we've learned it. It's definitely a fight that expects more of you than I would think. Like, it expects a lot. Mostly just because, once again, not because the attacks are hard, just because of how long it is. And maybe I could have solved that by going a different build or something, but magic just doesn't seem great. Against you, at least. When I went magic, I kind of expected that, like, you know, it wouldn't be my main source of damage, but it would be like a big nuke in a boss fight that cost me my bar. But then, as a downside to that, my main weapon would do less damage. But no, they don't really nuke that much. Like, when I used my fire in that attack, it did about 3 times as much damage as one single hit from my whip did. So that's not worth it at all, especially since I can only use like 3 of them. So focus doesn't seem that crazy. I should try using some of the weapon arts more. Maybe I would like those a little bit more. Ideally, though, what we get is a weapon that scales with instinct and the other thing a little bit more. I, of course, could have used my gun in that fight, too, but it was kind of awkward to use sometimes. It probably would have been... There were a few opportunities I could have worked it in, like when you did the giant, you know, like, tornado that sends across the screen while you're charging. I can shoot you from the other side. We only have 13 shots, though, so it's not like it would make a huge difference. Mostly the fight was just learn to dodge every single attack very consistently and just wail on it as much as you possibly can. I tried hitting like different parts of the body too. Like I tried aiming for the head to see if maybe the head would take more damage than the rest of the body. It seems like the legs took less damage, but it seemed like the damage I was normally doing was the damage it intended. So yeah. Just an endurance run, really. Like I said, maybe could have been a little bit easier if I'd spec'd different ways, but yeah, that's about what it is. Just an endurance run. If given the opportunity, I may respec. Just because, yeah, I don't know about what we currently are working with. Like the mind, I really expected it to be cooler. I certainly did. And I have all of these on here, but you know, they're consumable items, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference using the magic anyway. So it doesn't feel worth it to kind of pop it like that and stuff. But whatever, we did it. This is gonna let me get through those. Night Hunter's Grappling Claw. I've learned to apply charge with vengeance, and I am close, so close. Tracking a trail of blood, not from one, but from many. The drip, drip, drip of steady resentment. It will not be long until it becomes more powerful than even it imagined. No one will be able to stop it. For now, the secret of its existence is mine to keep. Yeah, press Y when near grappling rings to grab them with the grappling claw and be pulled. Thank you. Eric just coolly walks away. Interesting. There's no way past. Yeah, so that's still blocked off. Okay, well, let's get out of here, why don't we? I have 12,000 thingamadoohickeys to use, and yeah, we have to use our grappling claw to get out of here. Ooh, that's very nice and fast. But yeah, not a like crazy frustrating boss or anything like that. I don't think it felt like particularly exciting a lot of the time, because it was, you know, there weren't a lot of opportunities for cool moments. It was just a boss with a huge health bar, but you know, it was fine. It was fine. Like I said, I will be interested in looking towards potentially respecking and seeing where that can get me. So now we go up here and go see what's in this room. So now we can actually access all of these rooms, which is kind of cool. Because I saw these when we fell. Moonshade Tears. A blend of stardust and an unknown power lines a deep wound across the surface of this ice-covered skull. This concoction is used to summon defensive columns of ice, its origin dating back to the rituals of the Moonshade Lake. The wound itself is suspected to be used to hold the power to create an abomination. Traces of these stories are said to be recorded in the legendary tomes of Oisak. Is that a magic? It is. Okay, and it scales C with Mind. Frost blasts defensive ice columns from the ground. I wonder what it means by defensive. Did they like block bullets or something? Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Huh. It does hit 3 times. Maybe that will be good. Huh. It also doesn't cost a ton. I also like ice. Ice is, you know, in games, ice is usually one of my favorite elements, despite it, you know, just being the same as water sometimes. But, yeah, I really, really like ice. It's just a different state of water, but, it's cool. I like it. So, I'll give that one a shot. 2K. That's all that's in here. Alright. But yeah, like, boss was fine. I do wonder how other people's experience was with it in regards to the health bar, because when I was using the greatsword, it actually felt easier in a way. Like I said, just because the crits happened more, and when you get a crit with a weapon that does that much damage, it takes a big chunk off. So, because I got pretty far when I was using the greatsword there, so I do wonder if someone that spec'd into strength builds has a little bit easier time. So close to taking what is rightfully mine, a door calls to me, inside secrets and requests that my family wickedly concealed from me no more. That being said, okay, I'm glad I was checking all these walls. Oh, it's just the powder of the damned. I guess I could have done that too. I haven't really been using those. That would have been a way to increase my damage potential too. I didn't think of that. I was looking at like every way to increase my damage potential, but that... Yeah, that would have made sense. That would have made sense. Because these scale with instinct. All of them. The only problem is I don't have a lot of them. But I was wondering if there was an element in particular they were weak to. It didn't seem like they took any more damage from fire than they did anything else, unfortunately. But yeah, adding an element to my weapon might have been the call. But that is a consumable, so if I had kept dying, we would have run into an issue there. But I want to see if I can make that and see if that's a hidden wall, but don't think it is. Alright. Well, the important thing is we have this now. That's the importante thing. Alright, and I obviously have a ton of currency to go spend. So let's go back over here. Like I said, if we could respec, that would be super cool, and I would love to do it. Because, I think if I could respec, I would get away from Mind, and go into either Strength or Dex, and Instinct. Like, I don't mind Instinct. And it feels pretty good, I think. I could buy this weapon finally, but, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what's up here first, in the manor. See if there's anything interesting hiding up here, like a respec service. If anybody was gonna do it, I would imagine it would be the person that levels me up, but, she has not mentioned anything about it. Do you have anything new to say, Mark? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to grapple past you. This is where you were hiding.
My sentiments must have fallen upon deaf ears. My hunger could not keep me away. Books and knowledge are all I have left. All I seek, there are fragments scattered throughout this land.
What can I do to help?
Find the sacred place, venture down, and seek the tome that I desire. Then the knowledge will be unleashed. A knowledge that speaks of celestial powers of which we can only dream. The cosmos a beacon of understanding. Its reflection ripples on the vast pool, hinting at lost secrets.
I've seen the ripples. A presence I cannot fathom.
So you've met our goddess. She fell to this land and is scattered across it. Junus is buried deep below the cathedral, but it is said her spirit lives on, trying to communicate with those left behind.
Interesting. Inquire about celestial
Pray
powers.
tell me about the celestial powers you spoke of. The power in the sacred place.
Many would describe a glacial weapon, one that only a small collective can wield through an ancient ritual few know of.
Ooh.
They can be found, of course, in the most unassuming place you could imagine, yet it is a place of custom, saved only for the noblest of peoples.
Glacial weapon. Ice weapon sounds cool.
Many of these ancient powers are solidified in legend, little more than tricks used to impress ignorant people. Not this one. The power is harbored in a frozen and unforgiving place, a vast stretch of water that never thaws, its ripples created from the glow high above. A glacial glow which some believe is an echo of those ancient powers hitherto unfathomable, concealed from sight, yet a mighty weapon. There's much we do not understand.
That elevator back in the cemetery. To where does it lead?
I have heard whispers of the place. As I recall, it once was a place of prestige, authority. Those who resided in the highest peaks broke through when everything was lost. Then it slowly descended, a stronghold against evil. No one has been atop those walls since. Alas, it is an enigma.
Okay. Anything else hiding in here? You got a fireplace, but nothing much. So you told me about a weapon, which does sound interesting. I am definitely interested in said weapon. Hi.
Will grows stronger, Eric. Here. Use it wisely.
Huh? Oh,
I
thank
am
you.
gratified to lay my eyes upon you once more.
Okay. Thanks. Cool, I guess. I am surprised we still haven't gotten another, like, gun yet. These seem like they'll be pretty good, at least, because it's pretty cheap in the focus department, but also, it hits multiple times, which seems like it might be very, very good. So, alright. I guess let's just go out here. Hi. Level up. So, yeah, there's no way to, like, respec on this screen, so... I mean, I guess... Like I said, HP doesn't super seem worth it. That's like an extra... 15. And... that was 5 levels. For an extra 15 HP... doesn't seem super worth it. If I'm going to be real. Whereas this... yeah, see, that doesn't even increase my damage with the whip that much. It doesn't scale well enough. It's an extra 5 damage for that many levels. And yeah, the mind actually almost does just as well. I just get 2 damage less going into mind, and this way I get focus as well. Whereas if I go into instinct... I get a bunch of damage with that weapon. Here I was saying I don't think I want to go into this anymore, but... I mean... it seems better than Dex. Like, yeah, Dex gives me a little more. But I don't get anything else with Dex, you know? With Dex, I just get the damage and fire resistance. But if I go in the mind, at least I get extra focus on top of the deal. So... let's just level up mind. I've already went so far down this build path, there's not much point in changing now. So, we just kind of got a deal. Ideally, I would get a weapon that scales like E with Dex and C with Mind. And then I would be happy. But we have not run into a weapon like that yet. I really expected there to be one, but... no such thing yet. So... yeah, the only other disappointing thing is, yeah, the crit damage is way lower, and crit chance. Which I find it's usually the reverse. Usually the Dex weapons are the ones that have the really, really high crit chance and stuff like that, but... alright, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this episode off here. So, we beat the boss. We beat the boss. It took about as long as I expected. It was, a pretty chonky boy. I imagine a lot of them are gonna be like that, so when we run into another one of those, I'll have to be prepared. I could have tried my parry, but it honestly feels scary to try. Just because taking damage in this game is a big deal, because it's usually very, very hard to recover that damage, but yeah, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.